Black Season 1, you remember it was like X-Men with self-harm issues. And you remember that the ending was only vaguely comprehensible. Through the expert use of never explaining anything, Season 2 pushes the show into a whole new level of what the fuckery. Darker Than Black's first season ended with you not knowing anything, and the second season ended with you knowing even less. In March, I read on Chartbag that there was going to be Darker Than Black OVAs coming out, and I thought to myself, oh good, hopefully they'll finish Season 2. Ryusei no Gemini introduces a new main character named Suo, whose purpose is to miss things with her giant rifle and look really androgynous. Hei, the protagonist from the first season, is back as well. Hei was totally bereft of emotion in the first season, so to make him a more empathetic character, he's now an alcoholic who beats little girls. Also, half the season takes place in Russia, because I guess the first season wasn't communist stuff or something. The plot goes like this. There are a half dozen factions trying to find Suo because she's androgynous and has a pot necklace. I'd go into who's in what faction, but by the end, everyone's a triple agent and it doesn't matter anyway. They all find her at one point, and then she escapes. Yin from the first season was off-screen captured or something, and everyone thinks she'll end the world. In the end, Season 2 has more potholes than a narrative donut store. Most of the cast dies for no reason. Sometimes you don't even know what killed them. Suo's missing brother creates a second Earth in the sky with all his friends in it, and then dies. Yin is about to do something, and Hei does something to stop her. And then they're both gone, and a composite Yin/Hei is in a box. The only non-copied cast members left standing are the hot Hei fangirl from Season 1 and the conspicuously dressed blonde woman whose importance to the plot is never explained. If this ending seems like a letdown, that's because it is. Oh, it was such a downer, made a shark sad. All right, then, one more time.
Of things that are two things. Two things. Toru Honda can't hug her male friends without them turning into animals. And this combination of sexual tension and playful bestiality is the plot of Fruits Basket. Family who are cursed to turn into animals of the Chinese zodiac when hugged by members of the opposite sex. However, they don't transform if hugged by similarly cursed family members or people of the same sex. which makes for more gay sex between cousins than the entirety of the Sailor Moon-esque dub. Toru meets their huge extended family, including a one-eyed doctor, a transvestite monkey, a bipolar cow, an impish rabbit, and of course, the patron saint of all procrastinators. The curse is broken by the power of a nice girl learning to love a hot-tempered guy who is generally a douchebag to her. And Toru and Kyon grow old together and have a big litter of kids who hopefully don't make out with each other.
And now for something even more girly, Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. Fan fiction writers of the world rejoice! The staff of Clamp has spent a weekend masturbating in the corner of a manga shop. And their collective sperm, actually actually, wait a minute. There aren't any males on Clamp's staff. Okay, well, whatever the hell happens when girls masturbate ended up congealing into Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. Never before has a gigantic crossover fanfiction love fest thought so highly of itself. I normally would say fanfiction is a crime against humanity, but Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle makes me lose all hope for humanity, so I guess it's okay. Tsubasa Chronicle is so poorly written it can kill you. And here's how. The main character, Shaoran, is the son of the Shaoran from Cardcaptor Sakura. He's actually a clone of the real Shaoran, and by that I mean the son of the Cardcaptor Sakura Shaoran, not the Cardcaptor Sakura Sauron himself. Shaoran himself. Watanuki from XIII Colic is sort of another Shaoran, who was made to take the place of Sakura's lost memories of the original salmon. It's Shaoran. Until the clone soul man, Shaoran, ends up taking his place. What? The clone of the main character, Sesshomaran, eventually turns evil and was later defeated by the real main character, Shaoran Davis Jr. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is in love with Sakura, who is the daughter of Sakura from Cardcaptor Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, yes, despite the love plot, makes Sakura and Spock related by blood. Kind of. Sakura gets her soul split up into a bunch of feathers and scattered around the multiverse, and now Socrates has to find them, making this the worst and most tedious fetch quest since Inuyasha. Classic Sliders. Well, it's kind of like that, but we promised not to make jokes about fast food in spoiler. And that's also why we never did spoilers for Zatch Taco Bell, Burger King of Fighters, or McGundam. Right, back on track then. Fi is this wizard who comes from magical Chobits land. And Kuragane is the samurai from seriously, for the love of God, stop watching Naruto, it's a horrible show and you know it. Land. And they both team up with Soccer Ball for secretive plot-based reasons. So this witch, Yuko, gives Shitstain... No, that's actually his real name. A Deus Ex Machina. Which allows him to travel through dimensions and try to get Sakura's soul feathers back. Lather, rinse, repeat until you get so sick of this bullshit you put your suicide note up on fanfiction.net. It's actually there. Go look it up. In the form of Death Note Code Geass crossover /fic. Have we scarred you yet?